Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us on top of the hour. And this is a great day, a beautiful evening in the land of 1,000 hills, Kigali, Rwanda. And today we are blessed to host one more conversation around Rwanda tech ecosystem through AfricasTalking podcasts in collaboration with Impact Masters podcasts. Still featuring the legends, people who are doing movers and shakers, people who are doing amazing things in the ecosystem. And this beautiful evening, we are blessed to have one of the guys who has really played a key role in changing how Rwanda or Rwandese or Rwanda citizens, how they consume digitalization, and also in terms of tech. He has been there, he has seen it, he has done it, and he's still making it. Actually, he's moving and shaking. One and only Jack Ngari, the country manager of AfricasTalking on this side of town. And today we are blessed to have him share his nuggets of knowledge, and also share, his journey since he started until now and why he sees the ecosystem. And I think I welcome you at this point to, share your take, ask questions, interact with us, and, we get to learn more. So welcome. I'm your host, Michael Kimathi, and we have Jack Ngari. How are you, Jack?
I'm very fine, sir. Asante sana.
Nice. You look amazing this evening.
As always, always motivated, empowered. So, yeah.
So, Jack, please tell us about yourself. Where were you born? How was that until we got to this point? And take your time. Don't just pass through. Because that's the only way our audience will be able to understand why you are so important in this podcast, why we're hosting you, and also if they can get to learn one or two things from your experience, not to make the same mistakes, or how can they deal with the same challenges. That would be great.
Okay, asante sana. Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here at least and share the little knowledge I have of the ecosystem. We are seated in a very beautiful view here. I can see the convention center. I can see Kigali up there. The view is awesome. It's awesome. Yeah. So this is how beautiful Kigali is. And also the people are as beautiful as the view. And I'll tell you the progress of the city is as you see it. So there'll be much progress next time you come.
True. By the way, I was here first time in 2015. Some of the construction was still ongoing. I came back in 2018 when I met a few developers who we had a discussion. I met them as student actually, and this is why I believe that what you do, what I do, and many other community enthusiasts and people who actually create those pipeline and platform is really something that is rewarding. Because if you meet someone as a student who is lost, doesn't know what to do with even what they are learning, and then the next time you meet them, they are serious back-end engineer, you are like, this works, right? And that's like a validation, because most of this stuff that we do is just volunteer work. So also when you see an organized city like Kigali with a great leader like Paul Kagame, it shows you that it's possible, it's doable here in Africa, and we can do it. So it's just a matter of just focusing and trying to do it the right way.
Yes, totally true. So I'll tell you that to reach here, we need good leadership and focus, as you mentioned. If you don't have focus, it's something else. And we have been trying to build the ecosystem, and it's growing up fast. So just a quick introduction about myself. My name is Jack Ngari. I lead AfricasTalking here in Rwanda. I've been in the ecosystem for, I think, 12 years now. I started my journey in university. I did IT. I was a dev. I was a developer. I had a startup. It was called the RKNew. So back in 2010, I had a startup, but we were ahead of our time. I think that is one of the mistakes that I can mention. Ahead of our time, because you can imagine 2010, we had e-learning platforms.
Nice.
So, and I will tell you that during Corona 2020, that's when it's catching up. So you can imagine I was 10 years ahead of my time, which is something that developers do a lot. You create awesome product, but there's always that timing and seeing how is the market and is that product ready to be launched. So that's the startup I had, and that's how I got exposed to the tech world.
Yeah.
It failed, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I didn't fail. I learned a lot from it.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm using that knowledge up to now just to build the ecosystem.
Yeah. So it looks like, Jack, you want to climb this tree from the middle or top. So where were you born?
Okay.
We want to know you as, as Jack, not as AfricasTalking country manager. So we'll get there. There's no hurry. But we want to know who is Jack.
Okay.
Yeah, from that point of view.
Awesome. So I was born in Kenya.
Yeah.
Kapenguria, to be specific.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
interesting. I never knew about. You see now. You see that?
Yeah, it's in Wexpokot. That is where I was born.
Yeah.
Lived in Nairobi, in Embu.
Yeah.
Then came to Kigali.
Yeah, we came here when. How old were you?
I was 10.
So you had started school in Kenya.
Yes, I started school in Kenya. Came to Rwanda.
Yeah.
And funny enough, I transitioned from Anglophone to Francophone.
That means you were learning English, and all of a sudden you need to know French.
Yeah, to do French.
And adopt.
Exactly.
So you moved here as a whole family, or just?
Yes, the whole family.
Oh, yeah.
We moved here. So by that time, I had to struggle with French, Kenya, Rwanda.
Yeah.
It was a bit hard.
it was a hassle.
It was a hassle. But what I say is, during that process, I learned a lot. To manage the way, the change is not easy, and
true.
Every human being doesn't like change.
True.
But you get into some situation where you have to adopt it.
For sure.
You have to be flexible in life. As an entrepreneur also, you have to be flexible.
You were an entrepreneur at that age?
That is when I started getting interested in entrepreneurship. So back at home, we had cows and we had dairy, so we'd sell milk.
Back in Kenya or here?
Here in Rwanda, when we came here in Rwanda.
Yeah.
So I could see my mom doing the numbers, the accounting. I'm like, okay, this is interesting.
Yeah.
So that is where I actually started feeling like I want to be an entrepreneur, because it was very interesting seeing people recording and everything. Yeah. So from there, I did my studies here. Yeah. In Rwanda. Yeah. And primary here, also secondary here. Yeah. And at that process, I was seeing myself as an entrepreneur. Yeah. I can give you a funny story here. When I was in high school, we didn't have a canteen. So for me, it was an opportunity. Me and some friends were like, there's no canteen here. We can do a business here. So we sold mandazis.
And was it like acceptable by the school administration, or you did it illegally?
It was acceptable. Okay. Yeah, because they didn't have a canteen, and people have to eat.
Oh, you provided the solution.
So we provided a solution. Yeah. We used to sell mandazi. Yeah. We would get one at 50 Rwandan francs, and we sell at 200 Rwandan francs. So that was good.
That's
money.
Nice. Yes, that's like 200%.
Yeah, 200%.
Nice, nice.
So I grew up like that, seeing the spirit. Unfortunately, became illegal.
Someone realized that you guys are making a lot of money.
Yeah, because we used to make
maybe more than someone's salary. You never know.
So they brought the canteen. From there, it was illegal. We started selling sweets, lollipops. Yeah. And the business failed.
You ate into stock.
Yes, but I will tell you, we made good money at the time. You can imagine having a profit of 200%. Yeah. In high school.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
I don't know any business that you do, only software.
Software only.
But any brick and mortar kind of business is really hard to make that difference.
Yeah, it is.
And that means your entrepreneurship spirit did not start just the other day when you joined Caleb. So you throughout your, that's primary school, right?
Yeah, that's high school.
Oh, high school, not primary school. Yeah. So how do you perform during your primary days?
Oh, primary, I will tell you, I was not the best in class. I was actually the best among the last.
Did you play a lot, or?
Not really. It was a bit challenging for me because changing the language.
Oh, the transition.
The transition. So you can see I was an Anglophone and I had to speak. So I was like,
what's happening here?
At some point, I actually felt like quitting school. I was like very disappointed. You can imagine finding yourself at the bottom of the list.
So and back in Kenya, you're not doing so bad.
Oh, in Kenya, I actually used to come among the first. I received so many prizes for that.
Yeah.
So you can imagine that shift. It also challenges you. You're used to find yourself
Stressful,
up here, and now you're at the bottom. You're like, I'm just giving up. But I didn't have an option.
Yeah.
And thank you to my parents. Of course, they put me there like, no, this will pay off. And I will speak about how it's paying off. Right now. Yeah. So I was not performing well, even at high school. I was just there, fair student, average, not the one that received the gifts and what.
And you could speak Francais.
and now I speak French. So.
And Kinyarwanda.
And Kinyarwanda.
So you're good, right?
So Kinyarwanda, Swahili, English, I'm good there. So it was a bit of a challenge from high school. That's where I was like, let me do business.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I completed high school, that's when I started the startup with some 3 colleagues. We made so good softwares, e-learning platform.
When did you start coding so that after high school you're just building software?
I started coding around 2009, and something funny, in high school I did math, chemistry and physics. But I had a passion of computers way back.
So did you have access back at home?
Yes. I did have access back at home.
So you bought it yourself or?
I got it from an aunt of mine who lives in the States.
Okay.
He told me, hey, by the way, there's a new gadget here. At the time, we didn't know computers and laptops. I was like, okay, what's this?
Was it a laptop or
It was
desktop?
a laptop.
Okay.
It was a laptop. Funny enough, it was a laptop.
So you thought it's a bigger phone? Or?
Yeah, I was like, okay, what's this device? And I think I got it around, it was 2004. 2004. So at that time, computers did not use Windows.
I think that's when Facebook had launched the current Meta. I don't know. Even I don't know what they call it anymore. Facebook had launched. I think Twitter had, I'm not sure.
No. Twitter was not there at the time.
Twitter was not there. So it was just formative days of, the tech giant as you know them right now.
Yeah. So I remember back in the days we had, instead of Facebook, we had High Five.
Yeah.
MySpace,
yes.
Yeah. So
and To Go. Did you use To Go at any point?
No.
To Go is a South African company that is, I think, if you know Tinder, To Go was Tinder back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yes.
I think that technology had not reached.
I think it was Dutch, Holland, South African company.
Okay.
And that's how you could get, dates and all that digitally.
Really? Yeah. For us, we used to do it the old way. you write a letter and you send it to somebody. Hey, please take this letter there.
And then you pay or you return the favor in some other way.
You return the favor in some other way. Yeah. So it was a win-win situation.
Nice.
Yeah.
So in high school, but that's good you have mentioned that. Did you date a lot in high school?
Not really. I think in high school I had only 2 girlfriends. Yeah.
2, not a lot. 2. Yeah. Consequently.
No. One in O level, the other one in A level.
Okay. Yeah. So it was separate experience altogether.
Exactly.
Was it easy?
Was it easy? Yes and no. Yeah. So I would say at the time, being young, you have a lot of expectations and what. So it was always challenging.
And no one teaches you how to love. That's unfortunate. Yeah.
So
you have to figure it as you go.
Just learn from experience.
Yeah. Someone breaks your heart.
Or you break them.
Their heart, or they don't meet your expectation, or you don't meet the expectation.
Yeah, and you give up. And maybe what I can mention, in love, you don't have to give up. So at the time, when you're young, you're like, let me just give up. Yeah, I find somebody else.
Is it like the way entrepreneurs, when you're starting up, you can pivot very fast, but when you have a company and it's a stable company and start making losses, you're willing to explore different ways to try and revive it? Because this is how I see this, and that's why sometimes we speak about dating and entrepreneurship and the tech ecosystem, is because both actually are challenging, and no one prepares you for what will happen.
Exactly.
Just, trying something, you're learning in the process. So there are a couple of similarities that people can learn from.
True.
And examples that they can get from there. So you start doing business.
Yes.
Was it pressure from the A-level dating?
Not really. I think I've been always keen to be a pioneer in one thing or another.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where I also in Rwanda at the time, schools didn't have websites, no e-learning platform. I started with my former high school, Lycée de Kigali, LDK, and I approached the headmaster. He was very happy. I created a website for them and started integrating e-learning. But I'll tell you, it didn't go that well because at the time, nobody would see value in e-learning. That was like 12 years ago. And we are using e-learning just after 2022 Corona. So it didn't make much sense in the market. It was a very good product, but wrong timing. So that failed. After it failed, that's when I joined K-Lab. I was part of the core team in K-Lab. I've seen so many startups coming from K-Lab. Building awesome products. I used to specialize mainly on the business model canvas, just to help with the experience I'd had of failing from my startup. I also noticed most developers have awesome products, but you didn't understand the value that you're bringing and how different is it. So the product is nice, but does it make business sense?
True.
Yeah, so that is what I used to do back in the time in K-Lab.
And how did you get this K-Lab job?
So K-Lab, I actually joined K-Lab when I had a startup.
So you used to hang out there?
Yes, I used to hang out there, show up. I'm like, hey, I have a startup, this and this. So that's actually how I got the job in K-Lab. It was a very good experience as well. I met so many developers, actually meet even some that have beautiful products. So I learned a lot from them. And after that's when I joined AfricasTalking.
So at this point, that's when you connected with the communities, started building stuff and all that.
Yeah, so we used to have so many events, hackathons, just to help developers, come with brilliant ideas. And even people would come from Nairobi, from Uganda. So we had so many events. K-Lab actually built the
that's why I hosted the first Ruby workshop back in 2018. And by the way, they were really nice and friendly. I need to give them a shout out. I know they are no longer located where they were before. So I just wrote an email having such that which innovation hubs that engage developers, and they were easy. Like, can you send us the link and what your target audience is? And even they helped me like promote this event to the community.
Awesome!
And that's where I met Salvi and among other guys. And do you think this kind of spaces actually are needed? We need more of these and well-funded and, well intended to make sure that at least, an entrepreneur like you has a space to start.
Yes, it's very important. And the co-working space actually specifically, because it also helps you as an entrepreneur and as a developer just to, to get broader ideas, learning from these people, telling them about your product, there's a way you connect and you learn from them. So it's very important. Back in the days, developers would just sit in their room, code all day, but after coding, you get challenged in the market. You have a very good product and they ask you like, what value are you bringing? And you fail from there. You have no idea. So I'll tell you, these co-working spaces are very important. You learn from a lot of people, and also you get your first clients from there.
True. So which kind of programs do you remember, besides, business model that you facilitated yourself, which other processes or programs that actually helped entrepreneurs then? That maybe if someone wanted to start more innovation spaces, they can, borrow a leaf.
Well, the model that would work best, or that is working now, it's just, first of all, you get more developers still when they're in their university. That is where you start. Because if you want to go out here and just grab a developer who becomes an entrepreneur, it will not be the right approach.
True.
So I would say you can first start with some outreach in different universities, because that's where the brilliant mind comes out. And I will tell you that, like, when you're in school, let it be high school or university or college, there's this spirit you have that anything is possible.
True.
Because by the time you finish, you're willing to try. By the time you finish school, my friend, you come here and you're like,
so
things are different.
Vitu ground.
Ground is different. So you'll see. I would say that is the best approach because these students, they have that energy. You know, they have that zeal of saying, hey, this can work out. But when you come here outside, you're like,
you need. Also, you have responsibilities.
You have responsibilities. Yes.
You cannot afford to have a mistake. And I think that also boils down to what I've been doing and believe that is very important, building that pipeline, because now after someone graduates, there are other guys who depend on that. And if you're able to build that pipeline over time, you'll see the fruit. It might not be immediate, but over time you'll see the fruit of that pipeline.
Yeah, and entrepreneurship is a journey. So you cannot be an entrepreneur and just today and you're successful in 1 year. I always tell people to give it at least 6 years.
Very right. Yeah.
After 6 years, that's when you know, like, your startup is now moving. The first 6 years you just spend, you know, the OPEX is very high. Or you just break even. But after that, you see the fruit of it. And I think mentioning also the co-working spaces and investors, that is something they should understand. I'm not saying that they have to take any startup and just put their money there. But I would say that 6 years is a very good time to use. That's when you start getting clients, you make a lot of money.
So are we saying that even those who are investing, they should be able to give enough funds to sustain for that long?
Yes, correct. But it comes back, most investors fund because they want money. But I know some VCs that fund because they believe in the product
and the
impact that it's going to bring in the community. So that's why you find, like, for example, I can give you a quick example of No Skin. No Skin is very successful. It has been here, I think it's less than 2 years, but it's doing a lot of work because they believe in the impact they're going to make in the community. If there are more of money or manifest, I would tell you that
they won't be where
they are. They'll be dead. But because they believe in the impact, you hear everybody talking about No Skin, even in South Africa now.
By the way, if you're in Kigali tomorrow, we have a whole day event facilitated by a consortium of 3 communities. That is AfricasTalking Developer Community and Atlassian Community Nairobi and our African Ruby Community of Developers. And the intention is also still keep building the ecosystem. Please don't miss out. Either you're a key ecosystem player or you're a dev who actually appreciates the community, or you just want to learn best practices or tools of trade, all that will be available to you for free. So check out both our Atlassian community page, that is Atlassian Community Nairobi, and the AfricasTalking community page. Sign those tickets. Let's see you tomorrow, starting from 8 until late. So see you there. There will be a lot of amazing prices. There will be a lot of great engineers in town. We have amazing engineers from Nairobi and guys who actually break some of these things down, and let's have a good time throughout the day, among many other opportunities that I cannot reveal here. So see you tomorrow. So you are saying it's also important to join impact and the business, so that because this actually can cut across the spectrum. And take even the example of No Skin. So if you have your company there, you can see the culture is all about impact. So even if you are seriously in business, you ask yourself, how can I combine what I'm doing to create also impact as much as I'm in business? So that actually gives you even the drive, even when you're not making money, right?
Exactly. That's true. Because, if you're more of just getting the profits, you get tired of waiting. You want your money, but it's not coming. You're like, I give up. But when you see the impact that it is making, and I will tell you that mostly impact is not tangible. It's not monetary. Money comes afterwards. I'm not saying that I'm underestimating the value of money, because at the end of the day, we pay for the space and everything. True. But if you look at the intangible benefits of it, you will be amazed. You'll be amazed.
They outweigh the tangible.
Exactly. And money will come. I never underestimate money. Every entrepreneur wants money.
True.
But you have to be patient with it. Just have to be patient, give it time, and money will come. First get the impact. You can't insist on that. And when money comes, money is a magnet, actually, to be following you everywhere.
Jack, give us, before we venture into more detailed kind of approach, if there's an entrepreneur who is starting out there, what will they do for sure and they will fail?
One thing they will do and fail, it's to believe in their product more than the problem they're trying to solve. Because if you're trying to solve a problem, you sell your product and it will have impact.
So you have to listen to the users more than you listen to yourself.
Exactly. Because you might find you're building a product that is only solving a problem. But nobody else wants it out there.
And you as a customer, you will not pay for your own
I'm
product.
not going to pay for that. But if you do a market research and say like, there's a problem I'm going to solve. This is a solution, not just a product. It will sell.
So don't pitch your product to your relatives, cousins, and your girlfriend, because those one will tell you,
of course they will support you.
You'll be the next Bill Gates.
They will hype you.
Yeah.
So just go there in the market, learn, do research, approach some few people, and you just see like, oh, this is something that could work. Because I'll tell you, developers have awesome ideas.
Yes.
Very awesome ideas. But is it feasible?
Oh, I see.
Feasibility is very, very important. You see, like when I said, the reason why actually back in the days I created an e-learning platform, it's because I wanted to find an easy way just to learn, but without going to the classroom. Because I told you I was very disappointed in being in class. I'm always there. But actually I performed very well in university. Changed because I went to Anglophone. And I did IT, business and IT. So I was happy to do that. But I was solving my problem at the time. But nobody would see that problem. That's why actually it failed.
But also if you look at it right now, it might maybe not be the right time that product would be adopted. If you had built right now, and I have seen a lot of, it's the e-learning problem you're talking about here, right?
Yes.
So most people are raising, substantial amount of fund. They are scaling. Also, they are making enough revenues to sustain themselves. So when you look at that, also there is a factor of time. And there are two things that are involved in any opportunity, time and place. And for you are saying, I was at Kayla because that's when the innovation was happening. And also you're saying, maybe I built the right product, but it was not the right time. So it's always good, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, to be at the right space always.
True.
And then wait for the time. It may not happen then, but things will manifest themselves, and you'll be able to get those opportunities. Now that aside, so do you think also it's important to build the product first, or to pitch the idea first to see if customers want it, or do you do both, whereby you have a product and you're pitching it?
Well, you do both, the ideation and the prototype. Because I'll tell you, in the ecosystem now, if you tell me like, no, you pitch to me, I have this awesome product, this and this, I will say, okay, I want to see the prototype. And if you don't show me the prototype, I would be like, okay, it's a good idea, but how am I sure it's viable? Are you going to manage to do it? So it's always good to have both. And if you're a developer, it's always good to have a partner or a consultant that understands business.
True.
Because you cannot do both. You can try. You can try.
Some of these developers who think they're rock stars. By the way, even when I started, I've been an entrepreneur for some time. Still am, but a consulting entrepreneur. Mostly when you are starting up, or when you don't want a lot of headache, you become everything. So which means you are the finance team, you are the HR,
the admin,
you are the engineer,
the accountant.
You do everything. But one thing that people don't realize, that they spend so much time in an engineering on a product solution time, and they lose on the creating an cutting edge product, whereas they could have asked for assistance. Maybe share things like sweat equity, because I think there are several ways that you could make sure people are motivated enough, as much as you're not paying them. And maybe you can share your nugget, because I know you can give shares, ESOPs. You can also, I don't know, maybe delay pay, or people work in debt, and give them stipends so that they can survive. Or even become a co-founder. So there are all these methods. But for you, was that the experience when you had these friends?
Oh, yeah, it was the same. So we had an ESOP in place. So maybe ESOP is a system where you give shares, but after a period of time. which means you come work for the company.
Yeah.
After this period of time, you get shares.
Yeah.
So at the moment, that is what I did. I would work. Of course, I would give them stipend because at the end of the day, they have their own expenses they have to cater for.
Yeah.
And good thing they believed in the vision.
Yeah.
So it was very easy. And we confounded the group together. We'll do this like, hand in hand.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would tell you, it's quite challenging.
Yeah.
Because at some point you feel like giving up.
Yeah.
You have the good idea, but if you look at your bank account, it's telling you, boss,
you're wasting your time.
Wrong number. Yeah. So you feel like giving up, but it's a very good approach to have co-founders, and you also give them shares. Some entrepreneurs are like, okay, I want 100%
of zero,
and that is saying that you're going to work 100%. You're going to be like everything in a company, which is very impossible actually. Yeah. You might think that you're very good into it, but at the end of the day,
you realize, oh my goodness,
and you end up getting stressed.
True.